Welcome to the Urban Torch Live and Direct, where we shine light on the truth and keep it real always. Bring you premium nutritious content designed to download your brain with the game. And I'm your host, Ishmael. And today we dive into something powerful, something timely, especially as we honor Black History Month. Today's hot topic concerns a No Jumper Adam and Wack show interview titled Comes Face to Face with a former gang leader, Garrett McLendon. It was a great I think it was a great interview, if you ask me. So today we're going to be breaking it down in response to that. This is the Urban Torch Live and Direct, and I'm your host, Ishmael. Welcome.
Once again, we back at it like a trap addict. Yeah, buddy, with a new episode of the Urban Torch, live and direct. And I'm your host, Ishmael. Yes, sir.
Now, if you've been checking out my channel, you've been watching it, you understand that I do not hesitate to call it how I see it. And just recently, I dropped a video calling out Adam 22 for that interview with Jen Lee, the white Texas rapper who thought it was cool, you know what I'm saying, to say N-word. And, you know, to me, that was a blatant exploitation of urban community, a flag on the play, you know, a negative representation that doesn't do nothing but tear down the community for clicks and views, right? So, here's the thing, though. Just as quick as I am to call out the negativity and the flag on the play, I got to give props where it's due. Fair is fair, right? So today I want to highlight something No Jumper got right. As I said, they did a very great video yesterday on the Adam and Wack show titled Wack 100 Comes Face to Face with a former gang leader, Garrett McLendon. And so if you haven't had a chance to watch that, go over there and watch that, because it'll give you a greater context of to where we're going to be going with this today and how I'm going to break this down. But I got to say, this one hit a little different, you know what I'm saying? You got Wack 100, a black man deeply connected to the LA streets, and Garrett McLendon, you know, a white former gang leader, sitting down face to face having a very meaningful, respectful conversation about prison politics, race issues, their past, their mistakes, and how each of them have grown.
So when did your ideology change to where you felt like you could sit down with brothers or whoever and have a conversation?
I don't think my ideology. I always been like I don't think it was ever a thing of. I always felt like I could sit down with you and talk like that. You know, even when I was in there, you know, holding the peace between all the other races, being the one that to be able to communicate with the other races. Yeah, somebody has to be a mouthpiece in there. Somebody has to hold this peace down. Somebody has to communicate, and so you're not disciplined in mine. I'm not disciplined in yours. We got to be able to communicate. We learn this stuff in there, you know, and just being able to come on the streets. Like when I was on the streets, you know, I'm too much drugs, too much in the wrong stuff for me out there. You know, my head was 11. My head was up there, and I was sharp when I was inside the penitentiary or was in these jails because I wasn't, you know. I'm not all whacked out, you know?
It's got to be weird because I feel like when people have you on their podcast, they almost like want you to have had this like mega racist period of your life because that's kind of the thing that people are fascinated by is the guy who's locked up, who got the Hitler tattoos and the swastikas and everything. But talking to you, it's more like, no, we were clicked up for survival's sake. And maybe there were other dudes who were more on the like blatantly racist side of things, but that wasn't necessarily what drew you in.
And it showed a lot how they have grown, you know what I'm saying? Because I know being in prison, especially level 4s, I've been in the high desert before, level 4 180, you know. So in that world, it can get real tricky and people can be real, you know, racist. So seeing two pretty much alpha men from these different backgrounds having a real dialogue about such incendiary topics is pretty refreshing. And during Black History Month, that's a big deal to me. So check it out.
And I'm gonna be real. I've my whole stint in the penitentiary, we never had a direct riot with the Woods. There was always, we got into it with the Sudanos and they factored in that way. I've never had an issue. Every time an issue came up, I got to keep it real. It was always a level-head Wood on the yard to have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what
true.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It always was. Like, they was more like, if they people doing wrong, they know, bro, we all got some people gonna do some silly shit. You know what I'm saying? I never been on the yard where they was like, yo, it is what it is. They people did something wrong that need to be checked, they'll check it. But on the flip side, they expected you to do the same when they, you know what I mean? So
Mutual respect. Yeah. Mutual respect.
This kind of conversation is what the Urban Torch is all about, man. Shedding light on the truth, breaking down barriers, and pushing for understanding and unity in our communities. Whether it's amongst each other or whether it's, you know what I'm saying, outside race relations or whatever it is. So shout out to Adam 22 and Wack 100 and the guy Garrett McLendon for stepping up and showing us these kind of dialogues are possible. We're going to drop a couple more clips.
Even seen in there, like the people that you see that were the most racist or the most political and racist up inside there, even still, they still have to be able to get along in a scenario.
That's
you know,
a fact.
That's a fact. It doesn't matter because whatever your race or those ain't made. Those ain't made. Like, those ain't the politics like or in jail or set in place for all of us to be able to program and so we can do some damn time. It's those political things were on the street is when it was really different, when we really couldn't deal or not supposed to deal with each other and all that stuff. But I think in the penitentiary, all that stuff, it wasn't like all that stuff there, you know, it's just you're white, black, but it comes to a sense. Yeah, it is what it is. I think it comes to a sense of equal opportunists, you know, or even like that. Like, we ain't trying to. No, a lot of, you know, like, we get this, man, we're just trying to live in there. We're just trying to stay busy the best we can and to let our time go by, man. And we have to get along. We got to fake it. Whatever we got to do. You guys stay over there. We stay over here. Right?
When I tell you,
let's get along so we can go outside today.
Listen, so you can see the YouTube streets have an unlimited potential to tell stories in a multitude of ways, man. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying it, man. Right on. They did a great job with this one. One more clip.
Okay. So would you hold it against him if you were able to view like a video reel of the most racist things that he ever said while he was locked up? Or is that just like, you understand? When you're in that environment, that's how it goes.
I'm going to tell you why people get mad that I say I respect Trump.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. They got mad at me. And I set my own people up. They say Trump does these little signs that mean this and mean that. I said, yo, the era Trump comes from, that's what's in him. And the fact that he ain't turning his back on his people, the fact that he's representing his people in some kind of way, I respect it. They went crazy on me. Oh, Wack, what kind of dude is you? I said, well, what did we say when the brothers in the Olympics wanted to put up the Black Power sign? We applauded it, right? We expected them to represent us. So I can respect a man that lets me know who he is and what he's about.
Okay, so Wack definitely had the microphone a lot, man. I like the whole thing, but he didn't let the dude talk enough. You know what I'm saying? But Cholo Juan says the YouTube yard, right? The YouTube yard dive, right? That's like a prison. Like a prison representation of the YouTube street. So if this is the prison, if this is the YouTube yard, Adam is the warden, right? And Wack 100 is the back rep for the Bloods. You know what I'm saying? So they got it right, man. I gotta say, man, you know what I'm saying? In the way to kick off Black History Month, with some content, bringing races to the table, having great conversations, you know. And over here at the Urban Torch Live and Direct, we're going to take it a step even further, you know, and keep in the spirit, in the honor of Black History Month, I'm going to be launching a special edition of our California Hood Heroes series. California Hood Heroes Push and P series, where we're going to be spotlighting real heroes in our community, from the Bay to Los Angeles, from the Bay to LA, and we're going to highlight the stories about the ones making moves, uplifting, inspiring, and creating positive change in our communities, right? We should do this all year round, but, you know, Black History Month is when we need to focus on, pushing stories that really uplift our people. So these stories need to be told, and we're going to tell them. So get ready for some Black History Month infused content coming from the Urban Torch live and direct. And like I said, California Hood Heroes pushing peace. So if you're rocking with this channel, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Drop a comment below, and let's keep this conversation going. Because at the end of the day, it's about progress, unity, and shining light on the truth. So stay lit, stay real, and keep pushing peace, man. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it lit, man. We're going to keep it pushing. This is the Urban Torch live and direct, and I'm your host, Ishmael. Thank you for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and press that notification bell. Why? So you can get more videos like this in the future later when I post, man. You hear me? Let's go, man. Yes, sir.